Good afternoon all. So today's newspaper, page number 1. The first page number 1. Ladakh gets new policies on quota domicile status. So the first topic is on Ladakh. What is this? I will tell you. August 5th, 2019, Narendra Modi told that there will be abrogation of Article 370 of the Constitution. Abrogation of Article 370 of the Constitution. So by this, Jammu and Kashmir as a full-fledged state with its own constitution, with its own privileges, got completely abandoned. And the Jammu and Kashmir from August 5th, 2019, it became 2 union territories. So Jammu and Kashmir became what? Ladakh and Jammu and Kashmir. Ladakh and Jammu and Kashmir. From that day onwards, the Ladakh was fighting for separate statehood. They were been asking that if union territory means they will be under the control of central government. So they don't want to be under the control of central government. So they want to be autonomous. In order to be autonomous, they should get what? Statehood. So they are demanding for statehood. So yesterday, a meeting was being conducted in Delhi regarding what are the demands of Ladakh people. So in that meeting, the central government came up with a conclusion that now onwards, Ladakh will have a special privilege. Number 1, in Ladakh, whoever STs, the population of ST is more in Ladakh. So the STs in Ladakh more likely to get 80% reservation. 80% reservation. And those who already settled in Ladakh other than STs, if they prove that they are living in Ladakh since last 15 years, they will be getting 5% reservation and domicile status, like local status. Domicile status and local status. In this way, there is ST 80% reservation is provided, 15 years if they are living, they will be getting 5% reservation and domicile status. So these are the 2 conditions which were being prevailed or given under Ladakh gets new policies on quota and domicile status. But however, central government rejected what? Statehood. We will not give you state. You have to continue as union territory only, but we will be giving you reservations of STs for 80%, and whoever are domicile local people, they will be getting 5% of reservation. That is the conclusion which was been made. That is first news. Second, got it? Next, Hyderabad. Not that much important. South Telangana. See, page number 10. Editorial is also not that much important. Page number 10. Page number 10. No contempt. Second article. So first article is what? Ladakh. And the second article is Salva Judum, page number 10. What is this? There is a popular tribal activist called as Nandini Sundar. There is a popular tribal activist called as Nandini Sundar. This Nandini Sundar, she filed a public interest litigation in Supreme Court saying that in 2011 in Chhattisgarh, the Chhattisgarh government came up with a concept called as Salva Judum, which is also called as special police officers, or also called as special police officers. Listen this. Means what? tribals were being recruited by the government as special officers and they were being given weapons by the police department and they were being given the title called as special police officers. Who didn't return any exam, who didn't got any proper training, just the government had took them as special police officers without necessary training. Now this tribals were being given with what? Weapons. And the tribals were being told that if you kill one Maoist, you will be given 10,000 rupees. Now they are called as special police officers. They are given weapons. They are also given reward if they kill one Maoist. So the police department thought that if we send CRPF in 2011, if we send local police, if there is an encounter, there is a chance that local police might die. Local police might die. So what I will do, I will make a tribe to work as a special police officer without any training, without any proper subject. And he will be given, that person name is called as, in Chhattisgarh language is called as Salva Judum, Chhattisgarhi, and in English it is called as what? Special police officer. Now they took the weapon and they went. Why? Because they are getting what? Reward. Now they started killing Maoists. You tell me, Maoists are powerful or tribals are powerful? Maoists are powerful. Maoists are powerful. Then Maoists understood that tribal fellow killed our Maoist. Go and attack the tribal hamlet. Go and kill the tribal people who are killing our Maoists. So what happened? The Maoists started attacking whom? Tribals. Innocent tribals. So the war between Naxalites and police became the war between Naxalites and tribals. Now, the target of the government, the target of the police has been reached. Why? Because police are getting killed by whom? Tribals. Who is not involving in this encounter? Police. So, nothing is happening to the government machinery, nothing is happening to the government personnel, nothing is happening to the government employee called as police employee. They themselves are killing each other. Are you getting my point? So, Nandini Sundar had filed a petition in the Supreme Court in 2011. That judgment this is, after 15 years. Now the Supreme Court told that the Salva Judum system was been established. The Salva Judum system was been established by proper legislative procedure in Chhattisgarh Assembly. Ante, in the assembly, a bill was being passed. With that bill, the Salva Judum system came into existence. So, I will not tell that it is unconstitutional. Why? Because it has went through a proper legislative procedure. At the same time, it told that if any law is made according to the legislative procedure, we will not take it as, or we will not tell it as contempt of court. Ante court dan tappani cheppinappudu చట్టం చేశారనుకోండి, కోర్ట్ ఏమంటుందనంటే, when the court is telling that yes, if the law has been made but which is against my judgment, I will not call it as contempt of court. I will come into action if and only if the law made by the parliament or the law made by the state legislative assembly is unconstitutional. కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్ ప్రకారంగా చట్టం లేకపోతే మాత్రమే మేము అన్కాన్స్టిట్యూషనల్ అంటాం. కానీ మేము ఇచ్చినటువంటి జడ్జిమెంట్కి అగేన్స్ట్గా వాళ్ళు చట్టం చేశారన్నంత మాత్రాన మీరు తప్పు చేస్తున్నారు, ఇది కంటెంప్ట్ ఆఫ్ కోర్ట్ అని మాత్రం నేను అనను అని సుప్రీం కోర్ట్ చెప్పింది అన్నమాట. Did you got the point? So here, if Supreme Court give a judgment, against the judgment, if any law is been passed in center parliament or a law is been passed in the assembly, state level, then the court told that I am not telling it is contempt of court unless if there is any unconstitutionality. So that means any Supreme Court judgment can be made null and void by parliamentary law. Any High Court judgment can be made null and void by స్టేట్ లెజిస్లేటివ్ అసెంబ్లీ. అంటే ఇప్పుడు నేను జడ్జిమెంట్ ఇచ్చానండి, నేను హైకోర్టు జడ్జిని, నేను జడ్జిమెంట్ ఇచ్చాను, ఆ జడ్జిమెంట్ క్యాన్సిల్ చేయాలి అని అంటే ఏం చేయొచ్చు? ఒక చట్టం చేయొచ్చు. ఎందులో చట్టం చేయొచ్చు? అసెంబ్లీలో చట్టం చేయొచ్చు. సుప్రీంకోర్టు నేను జడ్జిమెంట్ ఇచ్చాను అనుకోండి, ఆ జడ్జిమెంట్ నల్ అండ్ వైడ్ చేయాలనుకోండి, ఎవరు చేయగలరు? పార్లమెంట్ బై పార్లమెంటరీ లా చేయగలరు. అప్పుడు కోర్టు ఏమంటుందంటే, అలా నేను ఇచ్చినటువంటి జడ్జిమెంట్ని నో అని చెప్పి, అది నల్ అండ్ వాయిడ్ అని చెప్పి చట్టం చేస్తే నేను కంటెంప్ట్ ఆఫ్ కోర్ట్ అనను, అన్లెస్ Unconstitutionality. That is the meaning of the judgment. So, the Supreme Court very clearly told in this judgment that my duty is whether my judgment is getting checked or not, that is not my duty. My duty is whether the laws made by the Parliament or State Legislative Assembly is according to the very good Constitution or not. So I will check only. అంటే నేను ఒక మాట అన్నాను, మీకు కోపం వచ్చి నన్ను ఒక మాట అన్నారు, నేను అన్నదాన్ని, కానీ లాజికల్గా అన్నారు. కంటెంప్ట్ ఆఫ్ కోర్ట్ అంటేనే పగ తీర్చుకోవడం అన్నమాట. సో నేనేం పగ తీర్చుకోను మీ మీద. ఎప్పుడు నేను మీ మీద పగ తీర్చుకుంటానంటే మనం ఒక చార్టర్ చేసుకుంటాం, మనం ఒక రూల్ బుక్ చేసుకుంటాము. ఆ రూల్ బుక్ అగెయిన్స్ట్గా ఉంటే మాత్రం నేను నిన్ను ఊరుకోను. కానీ నేను చెప్పిన దాన్ని నన్ను వ్యతిరేకించినా కూడా నేను నిన్ను ఏమి అనను. కానీ ఎప్పుడు అంటాను? ఆ కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్కి అగేన్స్ట్. సో ద సుప్రీం కోర్ట్ వెరీ క్లియర్లీ టోల్డ్ దట్ ఐ am not going to give contempt of court if any parliamentary law or state legislative assembly is against my own judgment. But I will declare the parliamentary law or state legislative assembly as null and void if and only if it is unconstitutional. Next, see down. Pakistan is spinning, 10th page. Pakistan is spinning a scare narrative on Brahmaputra. So what we did? Indus Water Treaty, what we did? Suspended. Indus Water Treaty, we suspended. So yesterday Pakistan, one of the leader of Pakistan told that you suspended Indus Water Treaty because of which we are suffering. We are not getting enough water to Pakistan. Hey, you don't think you are great, India. Very soon China is going to cut Brahmaputra water into your northeast India. నువ్వు ఇండస్ వాటర్ రాకుండా మాకు చేస్తున్నావు కదా, నేను చైనాని రిక్వెస్ట్ చేసి నేను ఏం చేస్తాను, ఈ బ్రహ్మపుత్ర వాటర్ రాకుండా నేను చేస్తాను అని చెప్పేసి ఇది అన్నమాట మ్యాటర్. సో పాకిస్తాన్ ఈజ్ స్పిన్నింగ్ ఎ స్కేర్స్ నరేటివ్ ఆన్ బ్రహ్మపుత్ర వాటర్ ఫ్లో. హూ టోల్డ్ దిస్? Assam Chief Minister told. So what he told? It is not political news, it is technical news only. He told that, understand, the water which is coming from Indus Water Treaty is mainly because of melting of glaciers. And the glaciers are located in India. The glaciers are located in Greater Himalaya, Himadri. So the source is India. When we really cut, the Pakistan is going to suffer. But at the same time, Brahmaputra water which is coming is only 20 to 30% of the water is coming from the glaciers located in Tibet. Remaining 70 to 80% of the water is because of rivers which are already there in northeast India, mainly rainwater. Every rain is there in northeast India, because of which the Brahmaputra is perennial. So we are rain fed. Brahmaputra is rain dependent river, whereas Indus is what? Glacier dependent. So our glaciers are located in India, but we are not dependent upon the glaciers which are located in the China region. Our Brahmaputra river is mainly because of what? Rain fed. It is because of rain. So nothing is going to happen. You tell China to cut Brahmaputra, we are not worried, but we are not going to open Indus Water Treaty. That is the news item. Next, dan pakkade Indian astronaut space mission to ISS. Listen, there is a project called as Axiom 4. Axiom 4 is one of the man-crewed vehicle to go onto the International Space Station. For the first time, a Indian astronaut onboarded Axiom 4 vehicle in order to go to International Space Station. Why it is in the news? Generally, it was Shubhanshu Shukla. Generally, it was been scheduled on June 8th. Now it got postponed by 2 days. It is June 10th. That is what. Got it? Who is going? Shubhanshu Shukla. His face is there. Next, see. political leaders joined Pandit devotees at Kheer Bhavani temple. Very important it is. You have to remember. What is this? I will tell you. Kheer Bhavani temple in Kashmir. Before that, I will tell you Jammu and Kashmir. Jammu and Kashmir, this part is called as Jammu, this part is called as Kashmir. Kashmir have 80% of Muslims, Jammu have 70% of Hindus. So in Kashmir, once upon a time Kashmiri Pandits used to be there. Now they were being moved across India because of the killings, extermination of Kashmiri Pandits happened in Kashmir region of Jammu and Kashmir. So they have a very famous festival which is called as Kheer Bhavani festival. That Kheer Bhavani festival will be happening on Jyeshta Ashtami. You have to remember that day. Jyeshta Ashtami. Hundreds of Kashmiri Pandits in paying observance to the Kheer Bhavani temple. So there is some fear because of Pahalgam terror attack. Every year on this day, for this festival, for this temple, nearly thousands of people will come as pilgrimage. Now only hundreds of people came because of the fear of Pahalgam terror attacks as well as Operation Sindoor. So Kheer Bhavani festival is unique to which state? Jammu and Kashmir. Next beside it, ban on movement of cookies in Naga areas of Manipur. Can you see that? Yeah. Kheer Bhavani temple, Kheer Bhavani festival. On this day, Jyeshta Ashtami day, they will be celebrating the festival called as Kheer Bhavani festival. Manam Durgama festival antam, temple peru kuda Durgamane untadi kada. ఏ ఊర్లో ఉన్నదనేది ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఏ ఊర్లో ఉంది? కశ్మీర్ రీజియన్. కశ్మీర్ ఇస్ అ సిటీ నేమ్. Yes, a ban on movement of cookies in Nagas areas of Manipur. I will tell you, see, what is this issue? Manipur, we know that there is a conflict with the Kukis and Nagas. Generally in Manipur, 3 tribal communities are living. Naga, Kuki and Metis. Metis are the people who are living on the plains. Kukis are the people who are living on the hills. Generally, there is a conflict between the Kukis versus Metis. Why? Why? Because resource. Metis are very famous for agriculture. They produce more. So, Kukis are living on the hills. When we are living on hills, whether we will produce more agriculture or less agriculture? Less agriculture. So, less agriculture means they want more resources. So, for Kuki to survive, they have to attack whom? Metis. Now, what this is a general background. Ban on movement of Kukis in Naga areas of Manipur. Now, what happened? So, now there is a conflict happened between the Kukis and Metis. Now the same Kukis are now planning to move towards Naga area. Why? Because now Kukis are not allowed into Metis. Why? Because they have the conflict. So now they are infiltrating into Nagas. So Manipur government had made a system that Kukis, you should not go to the Metis, you should not go to the Nagas, you live in your own place. If not, already Kuki versus Meti conflict happened, another ethnic conflict will happen between the Kuki versus Naga. Unnecessarily state government is getting bad name. So ఇప్పుడు కుకీస్ వచ్చేసి మళ్ళీ నాగా మీద పడ్డారనుకోండి, మళ్ళీ కుకీ నాగా కాన్ఫ్లిక్ట్ వస్తుందా? మళ్ళీ అందరి నోట్లో ఏ స్టేట్ పేరు ఉంటుంది? మణిపూర్. ఆల్రెడీ కుకీ వర్సెస్ మీటీ నేమ్ ఇస్ దేర్ ఇన్ మణిపూర్. నౌ అగైన్ యూ కుకీ, అగైన్ ఇఫ్ యూ గో టు నాగా, నౌ హూ విల్ ఫైట్? If again Kuki will go and fight, fall on Naga, who will fight now? Kuki versus Naga will fight. Already one ethnic conflict happened very recently between. నేను వచ్చి ఇక్కడ ఫైటింగ్ చేశాను అని అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఈ ఫైటింగ్ జరుగుతూనే ఉంది, మళ్ళీ ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేసి వేరే వాళ్ళతో మళ్ళీ నేను అప్పుడు అక్కడ ఉన్నటువంటి జడ్జి ఏమంటాడు, బాబు ఆల్రెడీ ఇదే అయిపోలేదు అంటారు, మళ్ళీ కొత్తది ఎందుకు పెట్టుకుంటున్నావు అని అంటాడు. దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ బ్యాన్ ఆన్ మూమెంట్ ఆఫ్ కుకీస్ ఇన్ నాగా ఏరియాస్ ఆఫ్ Manipur suspended so that in future there might be a conflict between So what are the articles we got? Contempt of parliament we understood properly. Second what? Brahmaputra, very good concept we got. Brahmaputra and Indus Water Treaty. Next we got Shubhanshu Shukla concept we understood. The festival name is called as Kheer Bhavani Temple. And next is what? Ban on movement of cookies. Motion of impeachment against Justice Verma likely during monsoon season. So very, very important news now. Delhi High Court judge in his outhouse 2 months back, the house was being burnt. Fire accident happened accidentally. People feared. In that outhouse, lot of bags of cash was being found. From where the Delhi High Court judge got this much of money? Interrogation was being conducted by Supreme Court 3-member committee. And this 3-member committee recommended to the Parliament, yes, go for impeachment procedure. Now, what is the impeachment procedure, sir? For the removal of Supreme Court judges and High Court judges, there is a procedure called as impeachment. What is impeachment? If a president receives, understand, step 1, when the president receives a complaint saying that the judge is corrupted, judge is unconstitutional, then the President of India will send the same report to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court will check the facts, and Supreme Court will be constituting a committee of 3 members. Second step. First President దగ్గరికి వెళ్తుంది, second Supreme Court దగ్గరికి వస్తుంది. Supreme Court ఏం చేస్తుంది? 3-member body, one committee will be constituted, and that committee will study facts. Then that committee will recommend the Parliament to go for impeachment procedure. Then it will go for Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha separately. In Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, it will be passed by special majority. 2/3 of the members present and voting, and the member should be more than 50%. Then only it is called as special majority. When it is passed by the special majority, it will go to the president. Once the president has been signed, finished. He will be removed from the services. Up to now, not a single Supreme Court president or High Court, not a single Supreme Court judge or a High Court judge was been impeached. So first of all, the complaint should go to the president. Then president will recommend to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court will be constituting a 3-member committee. Based upon the committee, and the committee will recommend to the Parliament to go for impeachment. Impeachment is a thesis procedure. Impeachment. Then Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha both will be sitting separately, and both will be passed separately without any joint sitting. In both the houses, it should be passed by special majority. Once it is passed by special majority, when it is signed by the president after, then the judge will be seen as impeached. Up to now, no Supreme Court judge or High Court judge was been impeached. If he is impeached, he will be the first person who is getting impeached. Got it? See, very next page also today very more news items are there. Sulfur cleaning device in coal plants not necessary, page number 12. Sulfur cleaning device in coal plants not necessary. I will tell you, see, we have nearly 600 thermal power plants in India. We have 600 thermal power plants. What thermal power plants will do? They will use the coal, thermal power plant. Hydel power plant means they will use water. Nuclear power plant means they will use uranium. Thermal power plant means they will use coal. They will use the coal and they will be producing the electricity. They will use the coal, they will burn the fire. With the fire, the heat will be generated, water will be gone, water will be passed from the chambers, and this heat will heat the water, and that heated water will be converted in the form of steam, and the steam will push the turbine, and the turbine will rotate. This rotation of turbine is called as electricity got produced. So in the process of electricity which is getting produced, obviously a waste will come out. What is waste? Smoke. The smoke which is coming out from the thermal power plants is having sulfur dioxide, which is very dangerous. So that sulfur dioxide which is coming out from the chimneys, they asked for, there is something called as FGD, flue gas desulfurization. Flue gas desulfurization. So he went only from this vent, when the smoke is coming out, here they will keep FGD, which is called as flue gas desulfurization. This flue gas desulfurization will filter sulfur dioxide and the remaining smoke will be released outside. Sulfur dioxide will be trapped. So sulfur will be removed. The sulfur dioxide is responsible for acid rains. The sulfur dioxide is responsible for climate change. So now what we are doing, FGDs are kept in front of the chimneys from where the smoke is coming out. So what we are using, that mechanism is called as FGD, flue gas desulfurization. Desulfurization means what it is stopping? Desulfur. It means stopping what? Sulfur. Why it is in the news? Now what happened? It is very costly. There is a need for separate mechanism, there is a need for separate systems, there is a need for separate skill in order to install FGD, flue gas desulfurization, on the top of chimney. So because of which the price is increasing. When the price is increasing, obviously electricity price also will increase. So a committee was being constituted by the government of India. That committee told, no need for FGD now. Told 3 points. Number 1, here, just beside, underline this here. The guiding principle. Have you seen guiding principles? Yes. The guiding principles informing the committee recommendations are that, number 1, first point, sulfur dioxide levels are within the ambient air quality. No need to worry. How much we are releasing? 10 to 20. How much is maximum? 80. So we are in the minimum only 10 to 20. Then why we are worried about release of sulfur dioxide? So no need to worry. Second point. Indian coal is less in sulfur, whereas in other countries the coal is more in sulfur. But in India, our coal is less in sulfur. So there is no requirement of FGD. Got it? Third point. FGD, you do not differ significantly from this without this, and all of these are anyway well below. So FGD, there is no requirement of FGD as of now. So the expenditure is increasing. So because of these reasons, there is no requirement of FGDs. So what is FGD? You understood. Flue gas desulfurization. So at the same time, what is happening? At the same time, the price of the electricity is increasing. In India today also, we don't have 100% of electricity. Yes, we have to go for FGD, but not immediately. We will give some time. Let the technology become cheaper. So now what we are doing, we are planning for development of technology whereby the FGD should become cheaper. With that much amount, we are not in a position to buy that particular mechanism called as FGD. So temporarily they postponed it because of expenditure. Next. Election Commission introduces new tech-driven system to update voter turnout. There is an app called as ECINET. So what happened? Few people are questioning the credibility of voting machine. So now what they did, now onwards for any elections, for every 2 years, for every 2 hours, for example, 7 o'clock voting started, 9 o'clock, the employees who are there in duty on the day of election, for every 2 hours they will be updating in this app, so that people will be knowing the update, how much is a voter turnout, how much is a voter turnout, for every 2 hours, for every 2 hours, for every 2 hours. So what is happening? People confidence in elections will increase. So people will know how much voting percentage is happening. That too for every 2 hours, rather than getting at the end of the day. So now this new system was being brought by Election Commission of India by an app called as ECINET is a new government app of Election Commission of India. What is the main purpose of it? On the voting day, for every 2 hours, there will be update given by the ECINET regarding voter turnout. Next, down C. Government plans to wind down National Polio Surveillance Network Centers in India. Now, See, World Health Organization had established National Polio Surveillance Network. అంటే ఒక 200 centers were been identified by the government of India. Their National Polio Surveillance Networks were been established. So there they will be checking how many polio new cases are coming up, how many polio new cases are coming up. When we check, then only we can reduce polio. So this National Polio Surveillance Network is working properly. Now the government of India told, now polio has been reduced in India except our neighboring countries. So almost we reached 0% or 0 cases of new polio. So there is no requirement of National Polio Surveillance Network. So what the scientists are telling, today it became 0, but tomorrow again it might come. Why you are winding up Polio Surveillance Network? Let it continue. So it's not about reaching 0, it is about continuing 0. It is not about reaching 0, it is about continuing 0. For continuing 0 cases, we should continue with national. So any question on health, such type of points you can write. Any type of environment related question you can tell. So FGD, the government is telling on the lines of expenditure to come out with FGDs. No, as you told, we should not come out. Why? Because our main target, that climate change should not happen, pollution should not be increased. Just we are worrying about the expenses and we are coming out from FGD is not at all recommended. Here, health. So we reached polio 0 case. It doesn't mean that we have to close our National Polio Surveillance Network. So again the cases might increase. So it is not about reaching 0, it's about continuing 0. For that to be happened, what need to be continued? So how many news items we studied? First one, Ladakh. Second one, parliamentary law, Supreme Court. It is not contempt of court, but if it is unconstitutional, compulsory, we will make it as null and void. Third, Brahmaputra River, Brahmaputra and Indus. Fourth, Kukis versus Manipur, Kuki versus Nagas. Next, Shubhanshu Shukla, International Space Station. Next, Axiom 4, Kheer Bhavani Temple. Next, impeachment of Justice Verma, Delhi High Court judge. Next, flue gas desulfurization. Next, ECI net, Election Commission of India net. Next, National Polio Surveillance net. 10 articles are there today. Last day when I took, it was Monday, only 2 articles were there. Today 10 articles are there. So now compulsory you have to make notes, all are important. I can repeat fast. First one, Tondara, louder. Ladakh, impeachment of the judge Verma. Third, Brahmaputra, Kheer Bhavani Temple in Kashmir, Kugi versus Naga. Yes, flue gas desulfurization, National Polio Surveillance Network, Indian astronaut Shubhanshu Shukla, ECI net, Election Commission of India network, whereby for every 2 hours the update will be given with respect to voter turnout. Last, Axiom for Shubhanshu Shukla also she told. Next, now you will search, no? Now the searching will give you knowledge, you know. Now you missed one. Now you should not leave it. You have to search for the 10th. When you search for the 10, you will remember 9 also. Whether you will go with the 9? Brahmaputra. Thank you.